Okay, cadets, welcome to another episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room. I am General Lemuel T. Howitzer, retired, and this is episode 143. We're going to do the 7th Voyage of Sinbad. Okay, this is a Charles Sneer production with animation by stop motion animation by Ray Harryhausen. But first, let me bring up my able-bodied assistants. Major Millie Hazzard and Master Sergeant Havoc.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here as always, of course. It's always a pleasure.
My phone keeps freezing.
It's a pleasure to serve.
All right. Yep. So, again, my phone, get things spinning, and it's like it's freezing, and this is bad. So, anyway.
It's tech gremlins. Hopefully, we got to have the Master Sergeant go and deal with the tech gremlins.
Push on forward through this. Sinbad.
They're monsters.
You think it's the monsters? Yeah, okay.
Well, tech gremlins are monsters. We need to eliminate them, to be honest. That's what my vote. I'm sorry. Just carry on. It's all right. I'm sorry.
That's a good question. How do you kill a tech gremlin?
I don't write.
We have them on this damn show all the time. By the way, this show is not for kids. All right. Even though this movie is kind of G-rated, most of the time our movies are not. So we have bloody guts and gore and things like that, and it's not for kids. And we have a tendency to cuss like sailors because that's us. So anyway, or at least me.
We cuss like Sinbad the sailor. That's what it is.
And Hazzard. Yes, we cuss like Sinbad the sailor. I'm sure if Kerwin Matthews was offset, he'd be cussing like a sailor. Anyway,
that's right.
So, yeah. Dynamation was Ray Harryhausen's monster effects, which were just starting to come into fruition at this point. This is 1958, I believe. This movie came out. It was before he did a lot of good movies with his effects. He later did First Men in the Moon, Mysterious Island, which we've done on the show. Look it up. Also. Jason and the Argonauts in '64, which we've done on this show. So he did quite a lot around this time period, and it really showed that he was something special. In the '50s, he did Earth versus the Flying Saucers, 20 Million Miles to Earth. But again, this is 7th Voyage of Sinbad. Now, Sinbad movies.
Well, this one, this is the first of his training films that was in color. All the rest of them was in black and white.
Yes, they were on color on this show, but no, they were in black and white.
I colorized them, but this was the one.
So yeah, this one I think you're right. I think this was the first color one.
Yep.
And colorful it is too. Very bright colors. When TVs went to color in the mid '60s, there was very bright color schemes in the costuming on shows, and like Wild Wild West and Batman and stuff like that. And this is kind of that before that happened. Because again, very colorful, lots of very bright blues, reds, yellows in this movie. Good point. So Sinbad is played by Kerwin Matthews. Now he looks very clean cut in this. And there's Dynamation. The new Miracle of the Screen. Yeah, that's Harryhausen's stuff right there. Kerwin Matthews was probably the most clean-cut Sinbad ever, because most of them had long hair and beards and what have you later on down the line. But the Harryhausen monsters were still very cool. So here we start with Kerwin Matthews as Sinbad. It's a kind of a strange, ominous night on the seas, and he's steering his ship, and he's telling his men, be on the war, be wary. And they spot land, and he goes ahead and has them drop the anchor. They'll go first light in the morning to see if they can find food. They're all very hungry. And then we find out there is a Princess Parisa, on board. And that's her handmaiden there. And she's kind of snooty. I should have written her name down. I'm sorry. So, because she has actually kind of a strange, weird kind of thing happen later in the film. So anyway, it's obvious that Sinbad and the princess have been at sea a long time together, and they've struck up a relationship. They're talking marriage, and when they get back, and it turns out that Sinbad is a prince from one country, and she's a princess from another country, and they're supposed to get married to keep those countries from war. So there's the ship off the coast of Colossus, an island of Colossus. And there's lots of food to be had there, so they're very happy, all of them. And then they stumble across a cloven hoof print, a big one, a really big one. Okay, man, be wary. Like I said before, be wary. Let's be careful.
Can we go back to that frame with the why is there a chicken head on the front of the boat?
Is there a chicken head on the front of the boat?
You look at it. It looks like it's like a.
I'm looking at a phone.
Rooster.
It's like a rooster. It's like a cock-a-doodle-doo. It's a cock. So it's a cock boat. Is all I can get.
Well, yeah.
Kind of walk. Yeah. All right.
It looks like the cereal box, right, Master Sergeant?
It does. Yeah. It's
Sinbad in the Voyage of the Cornflakes.
It seems like a cornflake. It's very
looks like a cornflake. Yep.
And then what is he munching on?
You gotta wonder, how many voyages did Sinbad actually go on?
Yeah. What happened to the first 6?
If he's already done 6 adventures that we haven't seen yet, and we know there's a golden voyage later, yep. and Eye of the Tiger was another voyage, so that's at least 9 voyages he's been on. I think there was one.
There's a lot of mysteries here with Sinbad.
Yeah.
A lot of mysteries.
So, yeah. So, and then there was Sinbad the comic. How many voyages did he have?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they find a set of cloven hoof prints that are very large, not very ominous. And then they find this cave with a big head carved onto the top of it. It looks like he's belching.
Yeah.
Welcome to a big fat old man cave. And then Sakura, the magician, comes running out. Help me, please. Now, okay, I got a problem with this right out of the gate, because he's being chased by a cyclops, okay, and there are cyclops on this island, and he has like a, I don't know, magician's palace on this island. He has all this magical power, and he has this magic lamp in his hand that he's stolen from the. But so why is it that now, of all the times, now when he has visitors, when his guests come to the island, he's in trouble? I mean, I'm sure what I'm saying is he's never been in trouble with all of these monsters on this island before now, and all of a sudden now crying out for help. Help me! I'm a powerful magician, but I'm being chased by this monster. And there it is, the clove-hooven cyclops. And this is one of the most amazing characters from Ray Harryhausen, I think. And I actually, Rory Penland does impressions. I do an impression of this cyclops. Okay, and I'm gonna do it for you right now. Okay, I gotta get ready.
Oh, this is very exciting. You need to have the peach tea to fuel it and all of that. Okay.
Okay, I'll take some peach tea just
take
before.
A little peach tea, and then I'm gonna put you up next to the thing. Let me go back. Hold on.
Try to listen to. There you go. Try to listen to that music in your head. Don 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 don. That's his theme song. Okay. All right. And that's it.
Wow, you got a real future in showbiz.
I thought I was watching the movie again. That was awesome.
I worked on that for a long time.
Yeah,
that's it. That's my impression of Cyclops from 7th Voyage of Sinbad. Okay.
It's uncanny. The resemblance is uncanny. Uncanny. You've been
yeah,
watching that Rory too much.
Okay.
I gotta tell you
at the end.
We gotta
He
send
always
it
does
to
that
Rory.
little small grunt at the end. So
I'm telling
anyway,
you, Rory's gonna be very proud of you. You've done a great job.
Yep, you done him proud. Yep.
You've got a future in show business, I think.
So they're sticking this thing with Spears, which he doesn't like, obviously, and it's pissing him off. So Spears hurt him, but don't stop. So we've learned that from this scene. So he's chasing Sakura out to the beach because Sakura's got, again, the magic lamp. And that's what he wants. He wants the lamp back. That's his lamp. Damn it. It's part of his treasure. Damn it. So that's what it is. So he's going after him there. He actually looks like one of my uncles. Anyway, my Uncle Phil. Anyway, but he's got the abs, man. Look at that. He's got the abs.
And the one eye.
Yeah, and he's sticking. He's pulling them spears right out of him, throwing them over. Did you actually stick me? Did you just stick me, man? He is pissed.
That's where he's looking at it. Like
that's what he's like. Damn, you just stuck me. You stuck me with a spear. All of a sudden, it's become a Will Ferrell sketch. You just stuck me with a spear. So okay, now I wanted to show this because about 4 years later, another production company, decided, hey, we're going to do another version of Sinbad, the 7th Voyage of Sinbad. But it's Jack the Giant Killer. They did a film called Jack the Giant Killer. And they were trying to cash in on this film, 7th Voyage of Sinbad, because they got a two-headed, he's not a cyclops, but he's a two-headed kind of guy that's like, that kind of guy. And with fangs and everything. Again, there's Jack the Giant Killer. And they even got Kerwin Matthews to come back as the villain, or come back as the hero, Jack. And we got Torin Thatcher, who's Sakura, who's the villain of this film. He came back as another villain in that film. And I think he's a powerful wizard again. But he looks really more evil. This is like Sakura from the Mirror episode. It's very evil. He's got the little beard. He's got the Dracula hair, So he looks very evil here. I mean, when you look at this guy, you're like, okay, yeah, he's evil. So look at that outfit, will you?
It's the pop collars that does it.
Again, if you look at these creatures, look at this. I mean, it's night and day. I mean, these guys look like they're from Davy and Goliath. Those or Gumby. I'm Gumby, damn it. They look like Play-Doh,
Yeah. They got no detail on the skin or nothing. The other ones got all kind of
Play-Doh bodies.
It's just
little hair on top, Play-Doh bodies.
That's it. Yeah.
I can't give a lot of credit to the, and there was a big team of animators on this too. We looked it up on IMDb. There's like 10 guys, including who's the guy we talked about, Danforth.
Jim Danforth, yep. And
Danforth went on to do stuff later that was much better.
Yep.
And he was actually a protege to Harryhausen, right?
Yep.
Okay. And there was another one that we mentioned. You said he did a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, Hua Chang.
Hua Chang. Okay. So, where the dinosaurs and the plane goes back in time. Okay. So yeah, that's not up to spec. And there is their dragon, the flying dragon. Hey, what's going on, Davy? That's what it looks like. He's peeking in on the ship. Hey, Davy, what you gonna do today? That's their dragon.
It looks like this is like some kind of puppy. Look,
There's no pictures right after this of the dragon flying, and I think Jack actually flies on top of him. Doesn't fall off.
Oh man, it's the
Next
googly eyes.
Yeah, that just looks terrible. He's dwelling on this. Hazzard, why are you dwelling on this slide?
I got to tell you, he reminded me of this guy that I dated in high school, and I was just trying to figure it out. I'm like, I could have sworn that I took this guy to a dance or something, and then it was like crazy. He smelled like tobacco the whole time, and
he looks like a Play-Doh character.
I had a terrible experience with this guy, but I'm trying to remember his name. If it was like Bobby or Timmy or something like that. I can't figure it out. But anyways, surely if you're watching this, surely you know the boy. Just give me a text. What's that boy's name? I can't remember. I mean, it's uncanny. It's almost exact. I'm trying to figure out, like, did the animator know this guy? It's exactly.
Was he all hands? What was wrong with him?
Because this is what I saw in the car before the dance. He turned over to me.
Big boobies.
He turned over to me and he said, "Millie, I really, I like you." And he was giving me all that jazz. And then the next thing I know, I look over and he was giving me that face, and that's when I knew it was time to skedaddle.
That's the face.
He's trying to move in for the kill.
That's what that look says to me.
That's what that look is when they're coming in for the kill.
That's why you had the flashback. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh, I can't stop looking at it. Someone just forced me to move on.
He can't stop looking at you. I can tell.
I'm having all kinds of the flashbacks and LSD. It's like an LSD trip gone wrong, Oh, I'm getting in hot flash.
I got the papers.
And it's the same look at them that I'm seeing right now with this thing. That's what he looked like. Anyways,
he's looking at Jack like he's interested too.
Oh gosh, these are all poives.
It's both ways.
Yeah, these are poives.
It's like he wants to play fetch.
He's trying to play fetch, and you're trying to fetch.
Hey, you want to play fetch? Throw the stick. Throw the sword. I'll go catch it.
It has like a canine feel to it, doesn't it? It's very canine.
So they're much better here. Yeah, you got to admit, this is much better.
Yep.
Much better.
Much more detailed, much more interesting looking, much more realistic, and it's Ray Harryhausen. He's still got one of those spears in his hand.
Yeah.
That hurt. So Sakura calls upon the genie, and the genie isn't like most genies, ding, 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 ding. Master, what can I do for you today?
It's not Barbara Eden in a bikini.
It's a kid. He's like a kid genie. Now, this is the kid from was it The Boy and His Robot? With Robbie the Robot. Child actor. Name's Richard Eyre. Still alive. And he's called Baroni. That's what his name is in this. Boney Baroni. That's the genie's name. Genie with light Baroni hair. So he says, create a barrier between us and the giant cyclops. Okay. I will try, master. And he cartwheels across there, and there's a barrier in between the giant cyclops and the crew that are trying to run like hell to get their ass away from this thing, get back on the ship. And he's not happy about it. He's doing the mime hands. He's not happy about it. So he just as Sakura is bragging about his new magic lamp that's got so much power, the Cyclops says, "You know what? I'm throwing a boulder at him. I bet a boulder will go through this thing." And he actually chucks the boulder, I guess, over the top of the, and it hits the boat. I mean, he's a good shot. And of course, the lamp goes in the water. Sakura can't swim. He can't get the lamp. Sinbad saves Sakura, takes him to the ship. The lamp! You left the lamp. That's why I can't go. And the dragon goes and gets the Cyclops goes and gets the lamp. It's his lamp, damn it. Look at it.
My precious.
He's got it in his arms. He's
like,
my lamp. Fucker. Bastard.
My precious. My precious.
My precious. He's a Gollum Clops.
That's it.
So, and again, you got to admire Ray Harryhausen's his detail on these things. That Okay, it looks like he might be on his knees. But a lot of people, when they do giants in movies, they screw up the ratio. So you'll see like a giant's head coming over the top of a building or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, God, he must be like 3 feet tall. He's a little midget giant. They get the leg ratio wrong. You know, it's real bad in War of the Gargantuas. They do that a couple of times when you see the green gargantua come to eat people and stuff.
Yep. All
right, so the ship is headed back to Baghdad. And Sakura dumps a whole bunch of diamonds out on the table and says, "Hey, I will pay you this if we go back and get the lamp." You know, and very evil. And, you know, Sinbad's not buying it. The princess is like, he is really weird and creepy. And he's like, come on, Sinbad, you are strong. You know, and no, they're just not buying it. He's like, no, we're going to go back to Baghdad. We're going to get married. We're going to stop war. Everything's going to be cool. You got to find your own thing later. We're not doing it. It's too dangerous. As you wish. He always does this thing where every time they tell him, no, it's like, okay, as you wish. It's just really weird and creepy.
I'll get you later.
I'll ask you again tomorrow. And that's what he does. He keeps pestering the hell out of his guys. And they just keep saying no. And no matter what he does, they keep saying no. And then he has to turn to magic to make it happen. Anyway, this is Baghdad. I just wanted you to be sure that you knew this was Baghdad. It even has a big blue Baghdad sign over it.
Mm-hmm.
Baghdadi.
Yep.
Yes,
oh.
It is. So the princess, the prince are, still kissing each other the day before the wedding. Not nice.
Yeah.
What are you doing in there? You should not be in my house. Or no, that's actually the daughters of the other sultan is her father. He's like, oh, Sinbad, you're with the princess already. So she's a saucy one. And Sinbad looks ridiculous in this scene. I'm sorry. That hat. Ridiculous. And then, again, Torin Thatcher, British actor, as Sakura comes in and says, hey, look what I have made. We are going to kill the giants with a giant crossbow that I have created. And they're like, no. No, too dangerous. Not a good time.
This is supposed to take place in like Arabia. It's Baghdad and all that.
Yeah.
Why is she dressed in a sari? She looks Indian here. Look at all she needs is a dot on her forehead.
Call wardrobe.
Or doesn't she? I mean,
good point. The wardrobe is like, hey, we've got this sarong that they did the road pictures together. Crosby and Hope and
Crosby. Yeah.
Who was the girl that was in all those? Damn it.
I don't remember.
It's not Yvonne DiCarlo, but it's like her. Anyway, they found one of her costumes and said, hey, let's give it to her for this movie. So, yeah, that's a good call. It's kind of weird. So Baghdad is Iran, isn't it?
Lebanon, I think.
Lebanon?
Did you say Baghdad? Did you say Baghdad? That's Iraq, isn't it?
Iraq, yeah.
It's Iraq. Yeah, that's right. It's Iraq.
What did I say, Iran?
No, it's this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this training film was shot in Spain.
Yeah.
But because they had all the Moorish kind of Arabic looking architecture, so they like, well, this fits. And plus, it was cheaper to film there.
We'll put our women in sarongs. They'll never know.
Nobody will know. Nobody knows history.
Yeah, they won't. They'll buy it. So anyway, so as a consolation prize, no, we're not going to go help you by going back to the dangerous island. But guess what? You can put on a show for us tomorrow night. So that's like an insult to injury. Okay, as you wish. He gets the handmaiden for the princess, and he tells her, "Oh, you're going to be part of my act, and you're going to be wonderful, and you'll be the sexiest woman in Baghdad." Da, 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 da. And she's buying it. She's like, "Oh, okay." So the one person that could get through to this broad is Sakura. And he puts her in a pot, one of those big vases, and puts a viper snake in there with her. And then he throws some magic powder in there, and poof, it goes up. And then he breaks the vase, which is probably expensive, but he breaks it anyway. Big show. And she has become a blue snake lady. And she's dancing around, and she's got double rattles around, and they're amazed at this. And she's got 2 sets of arms, and she's waving them around, and she's winking at the sultans, and it's just kind of crazy. And
they're all looking at it like, oh,
a great soundtrack by Bernard Herrmann on this.
Yeah,
and I think this is the first one of the Schneer films that he actually did the soundtrack for. His best soundtrack for them was Mysterious Island, by far. But he also did Jason and the Argonauts. I think that's it. I think those are the ones that he did. The 3-color ones from the. He might have done Clash of the Titans too. I can't remember if he'd done it, but he might have done Clash of the Titans, which is early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so yeah, she's dancing around again. The sultans are impressed with the magic show. How did he do that? And then her snake tails come up around her neck and start to strangle her, which is not good. Oh, there she is.
No.
Yeah, that's sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in Japan.
Is it tentacles? We don't know.
She has snake tail. She actually looks like my mom there, kind of. Anyway, she does. It's kind of creepy. That makes it even more creepy. So he stops the show, turns her back.
Yeah, General. So far, the Cyclops looks like your uncle. Snake Lady looks like your mom.
There you go.
This is
Crazy
painting
family.
a very disturbing picture of your family tree. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just so confused right now.
They all look like characters from 7th Voyage of Sinbad.
It's just,
And
there's
a dragon.
disturbing, to be honest. It's a little disturbing.
Disturbing.
It's a very disturbing thing. I don't know what to say.
It's one of the most disturbing things I ever heard.
Ever Hoyd.
Yeah, she sounds like Groucho again.
Yes, it's very Groucho. Sorry, but I'm told you he's a New Yorker. What can I do? We're from the same environs. Of course, we have a similar accent.
Yeah.
There you go.
Understood. So the Sultans are impressed with Sakura, and they say, "Hey, can you see the future?" And plays right into his hands. He says, "Oh, I cannot tell you. The future is so grim. The evil forces are at work," and it's all true because it's him. And he says that there's going to be a war between them. The wedding won't happen, and Sinbad basically clocks him, which he should. And the Sultan, Sinbad's father, is like, well, we see now how you are. You're trying to get us to go back to the island for you, and you're using your powers to do that. So they say if you don't get out of the city by tomorrow night, you're going to poke your eyes out, which is that's a good deterrent. So he goes to you've already forwarded a couple of slides past where we need to be. There we go. He goes to the princess's room when she's sleeping. Weirdo creep. And he puts some green magic dust on her candle in her room, and she shrinks. She shrinks down to about 2 inches tall, maybe 3 inches. 3 inches tall. So the handmaiden comes and, oh, that's the princess, you got to go see the princess. And Sinbad runs to the princess's room, and sure enough, he finds her on a pillow, and she's 3 inches tall. How are we ever going to make our marriage work now? Well, I don't know. When we're alone, we can. That's kinky. Now that's kinky.
Where there's the will, there's a way. It's like when you see the basketball players. The basketball players got wives. It's really the same dynamic, and they make it work. True love finds a way.
She can do a tiny reach around.
Okay. General, that peach tea is making you naughty.
I went there. Yes, I did.
I never saw this from you before. You're getting so wild and crazy. This is a new side of you, General.
So, yeah.
I can't unsee that dynamic of you doing that. I can't unsee the gesture. I'm just gonna be.
Was it Pee-wee's Big Top Pee-wee? He had Midge and Chris Christopherson. Come on.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh my
goodness
gracious!
Hey, Midge. So they go back to Sakura because, and he knows they're going to come to him because what other magic guy can turn people into snake ladies in their neighborhood? The Sinbad goes right to him and says, "Hey, you have to help us. The princess is like miniature now. Okay, we'll go to Colossus." That's what he is. He goes, on Colossus, there is an eggshell that I need for my potion, and we gotta go to Colossus. All right.
You're really good at these impressions. The vocalization.
I know pretty good Torin Thatcher. I do.
You're really doing amazing.
The rest
stuff
of them not much, but I do a pretty good Torin Thatcher. So anyway, Sinbad has to get a crew that are willing to go to the island where there are giant monsters. So he goes to the prison and says, "Look, we'll give you a full pardon if you come with us." Now, the guy on the right is an actor who was in The Lady Killers with Alec Guinness and Peter Sellers and all that. His name's Green. I think it's Richard Green. He's a character actor. He's done a lot of stuff. Again, they get this crew of misfits to come on the ship, and of course they're planning to take over the ship. Before they get to the island. So on the ship is the little princess. They built her a nice little box with little cushions inside and everything.
She's very tiny.
And they're alone in his cabin, and I think this is purposefully done. She's kicking blueberries around on a plate there, giving Sinbad blue balls.
Does this remind you of anything?
That's my response.
So, what was that you just showed? What was that?
You know exactly what it is.
Oh, it's Sinbad. Okay,
you know exactly what it is. It's Sinbad, yes.
That's comedian Sinbad.
That's my reaction to what you were saying about the blueberries. Okay.
Tell me I'm wrong. Look, she's looking seductive at him, and she's knocking some blueberries around on a plate.
She's all smile. She doesn't seem to be bothered by the fact that she's like, teeny tiny.
Man,
how come she's not bothered by this? I mean, what does she even think? What's her game plan here? What's she gonna do?
She thinks it's fun.
How is it fun? How is it fun?
So when we get married, you're going to tell everybody there's the little woman? So she's, giving him a tough time. And of course, the bad guys take over the ship. And Sakura actually tries to warn Sinbad that they're going to do that. And Sinbad's like, pshaw, we've got the weapons locked up at the front of the ship. Famous last words. So, they knock out some of the crew members, get their weapons, and the main guy there, played by Mr. Green, he threatens to kill Sakura. That's the one person that can turn her back into normal size. Ha 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 ha! Take that. And then Sakura says, "You will be driven crazy. When you get close to the island, there are sirens that will drive you insane, and you'll crash the ship on the rocks. You'll be begging us begging us. So they get thrown down in the bottom of the ship, the hold. And Sinbad and his crew put cloth with wax on it in their ears to protect them from the songs of the siren. Sure enough, that night, these things start their little screechy, crazy thing that they do. And it's driving the guys nuts. It's driving them insane. And the ship's about to crash on the rocks. And they come down. They're like, "Oh, okay, we're listening to you now. Okay, we're going to stop this." And Sinbad takes the ship back over. And he steers it through the problem. A lot of these bad guys end up going over the side. So there's only a couple of them left by the time they get to Colossus. And there's Colossus. Looks a little like Mothra Island. They all look the same. So they go back to, and they bring their giant crossbow with them, which took up most of the ship, actually. And they split into two groups on Sakura's direction. They split into two groups so that if one group gets caught by a cyclops, the other group can rescue them. So already this is not sounding good. This is not seeming good. Sakura tells the convicts that are with him, "Don't drink the water. It's poison. It'll kill you in minutes." And what he's not telling them is he doesn't want them to drink it because it's like wine. It's like choice wine. It's better than Thunderbird. He doesn't want him getting drunk and making problems. So Sinbad is taking the high road. And they stumble across the lair of the Cyclops. They're giant spiky clubs and cages with skeletons in them. And obviously this is the lair of the Cyclops. Does that say science department on the side of it? Wait a minute. This poor guy is like Sinbad's main guy. He's like his first hand. And they find the treasure of the Cyclops. And they're playing around, and Sinbad's like, "Hey, no, we can't do this. Come on, we got to get going. Come on. We got to find the rock. The rock is the bird that it's a two-headed bird, and that's the shell they're looking for, and they got to go there." But the Cyclops shows up. The minute he hears that treasure tinkling, he hears the treasure. And he goes right for it. Somebody's messing with my treasure. So there they are. You can pretty much tell which ones are Sinbad's men and which ones are the convicts because they're like dirtier and. So yeah, he starts putting them in the cage. Sakura is actually kind of happy about this. He actually sees it, he views it, witnesses it, and now that the giant Cyclops is going to be dealing with Sinbad and his men, he can sneak in and try to get that lamp out of there, which he tries to do. So Sinbad's right-hand man there gets strapped to a spit. He's cooking him, and he's got a little Jabba the Hutt tongue action going there.
Yeah.
He's happy little Cyclops. So Sinbad finally fesses up and says, "Here's the princess. She's 2 inches tall, 3 inches tall." And he goes, "Go on up there, honey, and see if you can move that giant bolt aside for us." At first she tries and she can't do it. And we're like, yeah, well, size ratio. Come on, look, it's humongous. And then she does it. She goes back a second time and she actually does it. She moves it with no oil or lubrication or nothing. "I got it through the hole, Sinbad." More blue balls. Thanks, honey. So the Cyclops is now hearing the clanking again of the genie. The genie has been on that island for how many years now in a genie castle, and he doesn't know how to not make noise when he's trying to get stuff out of the treasure room. he's just throwing shit aside. Clang, 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 clang. You know, we've already established that this guy has the Cyclops has good hearing for treasure. So there she is. She's moving us. She's moved it aside. Sinbad and his men get out of there. They untie the first hand, and here's the men that Sakura left behind, and they've decided they're going to try the water anyway because you know they're not smart. They're not educated. So and we think they're going to die, and then it turns out that it's like fine one, and they get plastered. These guys get really drunk. I mean, really drunk. And they come staggering over to where the Cyclops is. Oh, you got a Cyclops? Yeah, come here, buddy. Come on. Poke him in the ass. And they're sticking him in the back with spears and stuff. He's like, oh, what the hell? And Sakura gets knocked down. The lamp gets knocked out of his hand. And it's just a mess. The Cyclops is picking up trees and he's squashing these drunk guys, these poor drunk bastards. They probably survived. Wake up later, hey, what happened last night? He's like squashing them with a stump. Oh, there we go. He's stuck in the back. What the hell? Stick me in the back. And again, these creatures that Ray Harryhausen creates, they're expressive. They're pretty good actors. I'm gonna show you more of that in just a second because he's got a scene coming up in a minute. He's very, very. The Academy Award goes to Giant Cyclops. So Sinbad gets the lamp, and he and Sakura run into a little crevice there, and the giant Cyclops is looking in there, and he's trying to get his lamp back, my lamp. And Sinbad also has a torch. So he sticks him in the eye with it. Yeah. Which they did in Ulysses, you know. Mm-hmm. You got a one-eyed giant, poke his eye out. Then he can't see at all. One eye. It's one target. So he sticks him in the eye. Now look at the acting here. Good God. That giant Cyclops can act now. So Sinbad lures him over to a cliff ledge. Over here! Come on, over here! And he falls off the edge of the cliff. Yay! Sinbad killed the Cyclops. Yay! We're free. We're saved. And then Sakura comes over and just busts everybody's bubble. You know there are more Cyclops on the island. All of a sudden, Burgess Meredith. Hey, kid, there's a bunch of Cyclops on the island.
You sound like Peter Falk. It's like Columbo.
Peter Falk? Excuse me, pardon me, but, you think you killed a Cyclops. There's plenty of them around.
That's the Columbo that we never saw. It was on the cutting room floor. They never published that one, but
yeah. Peter Falk was one of the crew members in this, and they cut his scene.
Absolutely. Him and the actual comedian.
The genie guy that turns people into snake ladies. He says there's a bunch of these Cyclops here, so we got to be careful.
Maybe
you killed one, but he's got brothers.
What's the proper plural of the Cyclopses? Is it Cycli or what is that?
Cyclops. It's like fish. It's Cyclops. We need to be careful of the Cyclops. Yeah.
David is saying it like it's a swear word. Peter Falk. You know what Peter Falk is. Peter Falk.
Lord Farquaad. Again, this show's not for kids. We're talking about blue balls and this kind of stuff. Anyway, little giant reach arounds.
That's Millie's favorite right there.
So they climb a treacherous.
Which one's my favorite?
The reach around.
Oh my gosh, I can't stop thinking about it. David, you don't even know. David, you don't know what you missed. You missed something crazy. You got to rewind.
You go watch the replay again and again. So yeah, they traverse this treacherous cliff. A couple of them fall over. Ah! And they keep moving forward, and they get up to the top where the rock has its nest. Rock and big two-headed bird. So they find an egg. So Sakura tells them, if we go to the higher ground, we will find a broken egg. We'll find hatched eggs. So don't bother with this one. And of course, the shipmen who are hungry are like, man, we're making an omelet. So they break the damn egg open. Just as Sinbad and Sakura are starting to head for the high ground, they get just a few feet away. These guys just, hey, let's break it open. And there's a little baby chick rock, giant chick rock. And look at the look on Sakura and Sinbad's face. Oh, Jesus. Look at the look on their faces. Dude, we can't leave you guys alone for a minute.
Yeah, getting attacked by a two-headed chicken.
And it's got the little fuzzy, not quite feathers yet that, baby chicks have. But it's giant. Yeah. So they kill it. And Sakura's like, oh, can we go back to that slide? Just go back one slide. Sakura's like, you should not have done that. And Sinbad, go back one slide, please. Damn it. No, go back. Back.
Yeah, the Major's too busy thinking about the reach around right now.
Yeah, this is my payment for that. Can you both go back to the... No, you're going forward. Go back. There we go. Back one more. One more.
There you go.
He goes, well, here's your eggshell. Sakura's not having a good day.
She's looking at him like,
here's your eggshell. Well, at least we got the eggshell.
Sakura's just looking at him like, God.
It's like a comedy.
Oh.
That's why I wanted you to go back. That picture is just, that's great. Anyway, all right. So Sinbad goes over around the corner to see his babe, the little 3-inch tall babe, princess. And he's got the magic lamp. And she suggests, hey, why don't I go inside and see if I can find the genie, and we'll find out how to bring the genie out of the lamp. Maybe he likes, short women. He's probably short. He's in a lamp. She doesn't know it's a kid.
Maybe he likes older women.
She slides down there and meets him, and oh, how adorable! He's your little boy genie. And he's like, well, I'm going through puberty now. Did I just hit the jackpot? How did you get in here?
It's like weird science all of a sudden. It's like, oh, hello.
So he shows her a prophecy on the inside wall of his lamp. There's like a poster on the wall. I look at it and I don't understand it at all. I've been looking at it for thousands of years. It's a riddle. And she's checking it out. Okay. Well, when the
big that is small shall again become tall.
Yeah.
Into fiery rock to rise you must fall.
Okay, yeah, now let's just be honest. We all know that this is, come on now. Come on.
Come on
now.
Talking about.
Do I have to say anything? Right. Okay, the blueberries was one thing. The blueberries was one thing. Now they're just being honest. I mean, they're being brazen. They know what they're talking about is all I'm saying.
You think they're talking about penises here? Blueballs?
They know what they're talking about.
Go sit that again.
That's my only reaction.
Into fiery rock.
That's my reaction.
Now that you're here, I totally understand what it means.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe they was getting away with all this. This is just crazy. This is crazy.
So she comes out. He tells her how to summon him from the lamp, and she tells Sinbad. And just as she tells Sinbad, the Rock Mother shows up. Did you just barbecue my kid's legs? She shows up, and there's a fight, and the prince is like, Sinbad, use the lamp, summon the genie, and he picks up Sinbad, and Sinbad is trying to rub the lamp, and he doesn't get it out all the way. He doesn't rub one out back.
He's trying to rub the lamp, and he doesn't get it out all the way. General, you're doing it on purpose. You're doing it on purpose at this point. It's willful.
So, it takes it up to its nest, and drops him in the nest. And amazingly, when he drops into this nest, his sword is still in his hand. Now that's a man right there. He does not drop his sword. His sword is in hand. I think he's got like a little piece of rope or something attached to the lamp that keeps it on his belt. But he has got the sword in his hand still. So the princess is like, oh, Jesus. And she looks back, and Sakura's feet are behind her, his boots, and he gets her. I would take you to my castle. Huh? Look, he's still got the sword in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't lying. He's like, my sword. He wakes up, my sword. He sleeps with it. So he actually summons the genie. He finally gets the genie to come out, and he goes, my God, you're a kid. You're wearing dorky clothes. You're wearing dorky clothes, not me. Your clothes are not even the right period.
And the genie turns him into a newt.
You got better. Well, here's the funny thing. He says, it's down at the bottom. The castle of Sakura is down at the bottom of the trail here. I'll meet you there. And he leaves him. And he's got to walk all the way down there. He could have got the genie to like whisk him there on a magic carpet or something, but no. The genie makes him walk down there. I love that.
They didn't have the budget for that.
And then the kid doesn't tell him about the fire-breathing dragon at the front door. Oh, great. Thanks, kid. Appreciate that. Oh, sorry. Well, but there is a chain over there. You can pull him close to the wall so you can get by. I don't do a very good impression of the genie. It just kind of sounds like a transvestite. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, go ahead and use the chain and get him to the wall. Go ahead. So anyway, so he does. He pulls the dragon. Now, just because the dragon has been pulled over the wall doesn't mean he can't zap Sinbad with some freaking fire. I don't know why he let Sinbad get in there. Most watchdog dragons who can shoot fire would at least fry him up on his way over there. But he doesn't. He lets him by. You amuse me. You amuse me, Mr. Sinbad. He lets him by. And then Sinbad is such a nice guy. He loosens the dragon. Most guys would just go, you know what? Your neck is staying right next to the wall there. But Sinbad loosens it up. There you go. See, now you got some play. All right, be a good boy. And the dragon's like, thanks. Yeah, all right, go. But I'm still shooting fire your way. But he waited too late. Sinbad was able to outrun it. All right, so he calls out. Sinbad calls out to the princess, and of course, the genie. Or I'm sorry, the genie Sakura, the magician hears him, and he's right where I want him. So he brings him in. And he looks at his magic crystal, and he shows the princess in the magic crystal that Sinbad is coming. But he's in great danger. Great danger. So Sinbad shows up. He's, threatening Sakura with his sword. And, he's in his den. He goes, I was just going to change the princess. I've got my stuff now. So he puts her in this box. Some green smoke around the box. And she's back to normal size. And he goes, now, give me the lamp. I've done my part. Give me the lamp. I've fulfilled my contractual obligations, Sinbad. And Sinbad says, when we are safe on the boat, that's when you get the lamp. And the look that Sakura gives him when he says that is hysterical. He's like, you think you're going to get to the boat, do you? As you wish. So yeah, they're making their way out, and Sakura brings a skeleton to life. Now, this is one skeleton that grabs, a shield and a sword and starts to fight Sinbad, and it's very cool. And they decided to up the game when they did
Jason and the Argonauts.
Jason and the Argonauts. Yeah, there's like 12 of them. 12 skeletons, or maybe 9 of them. I can't remember the number, but there's a lot of them. And they have to fight Jason and his men, the Argonauts. And they kill most of them. Because it's hard to kill a skeleton. It's not easy. They're already dead. No skin, no organs to puncture. So there he is coming to life, and looks kind of like Sakura, a little bit. So there's a big fight scene. Now, during this fight scene, somebody at the studio said, "Oh, geez, we didn't get reaction shots from the princess. Let's put her up against a gray spackled wall and get some reaction shots." If you watch the fight scene, she is in front of one of his shelves with a bunch of, like potions and stuff on it. But here, the reaction shots, she's just in front of a gray spackled wall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! See, there she is over there by the wall on a column. And they're fighting. And then she moves around the column. And again, you might get away with a gray spackled wall for the column, but it's pretty obvious. Anyway, I had to point that out. So they go up a little staircase to nowhere. It's like a staircase that drops into a chasm. Cannonball! And Sinbad knocks the skeleton over, and he breaks up into a bunch of skeleton pieces parts. And Sakura's not happy about that. He tries to take the princess. Sinbad throws his sword, and luckily it doesn't hit the princess in the head. It actually pins one of Sakura's sleeves to the door, and Sakura gives up trying to go back to I just turned into Bill Cosby for a second. That's a great magician, man.
Yeah.
We got to have the dueling Cosbys again. All I could remember is the dueling Cosbys. It was a riot.
There's a character named Sinbad. He does comedy, and I don't like it. Sorry. So, Sinbad grabs his girl, and they start to haul ass out of there. Okay, I got to get you past the dragon, but we're going to haul ass out of here, lady. And Sakura, not happy about this, smashes his crystal ball. He's got some anger management issues. And in doing so, that takes out the bridge that leads to the dragon area. So Goofy 69 just been crushed. And so now they have to try to figure out a way to get across the chasm with lava below. Again, not shown. The lava is not shown until this very part for some reason. So it would have been nice to move that plot forward with. Oh, by the way, there's a big lava flow down there. So she thinks about the prophecy, and she says, "You know what? I got to throw the magic lamp." He gives them a rope, by the way, so they can swing over. A rope up to nowhere. One of those Indian things. And okay, so you're moving forward too fast because you want it to be over, and I'm trying to go as fast as I can.
No, I'm not. You can take your time. Take your time. Just take your time. So don't read into any ulterior motives. There's no ulterior motives.
Into the lava. I'm gonna incinerate the kid.
Okay.
So that's what she does because she feels that's what needs to be done, and she just throws Baroni right into the. So I'm flashing forward to a galaxy not so far away, and Baroni going, "I hate you! I hate you!" And he becomes Darth Vader. So anyway, the lava flow. Anyway, I know he's down there somewhere. I hope he's not dead. Let's get him. And Sakura turns into the Emperor, and it's a whole different movie series. So they try to get past the dragon, or they get past the dragon. You know, Sinbad knows how to do it. And outside is waiting one of the Cyclops. He's waving. He's like, I've been waiting for you. So the dragon is not happy about the Cyclops getting so close to his territory. So he breaks free of his chain, and they fight. And it's a colossal fight. And Sinbad and the princess are trying to get around him. And that's the point right there where the
dragon?
The Cyclops makes his fatal move. The Cyclops makes his fatal move. The dragon bites his shoulder and tears up that shoulder. And then it goes downhill from there. He just takes him right down, and then that's it. Now, Sakura does not want them to escape, so he comes to the dragon, who is very loyal to Sakura. He doesn't fry him at all. He goes, "Kill them! Go! Kill them! Kill them!" So the dragon's like, "Oh, okay." It goes after them, and they got the giant crossbow. So the minute they come out of the cave, they're like, get the crossbow ready. And the guy's like, oh shit. Because they were like, Sinbad, you're safe. Oh, and they have to get to the crossbow right away. So they're pulling that rope back. They've got the arrow already in it. They're pull like your lives depend on it. And like, geez, I hope we're getting, hazard pay for this shit. Come on. So Sakura again comes out with the dragon. This is my dragon. He's going to kill you. And the dragon doesn't fry him. So he's very loyal. You would think, you're a human. Dragons don't like humans. But no, he doesn't. So Sinbad hits the wire. Boom. The arrow goes right into the dragon. And again, dragon, very, very lengthy death scene. Very good acting, and the Academy Award.
Stretching it out.
Now, Torin Thatcher, not so much here. Make it look like he's going to fall on you. They're running their ass to the boat. They're like, we don't care if we hit him with an arrow. We're running the boat. We're getting out of here. A giant arrow. Look at him. He's still moving. And he is. So it didn't hit him in the heart. Obviously, he missed and got a lung or something. Because he's still moving. But he's not, you can tell there's something wrong. Other than there's a big giant arrow sticking out of his body. So they're getting the ship like, oh, geez, we're never going to make it. Here he comes. I hope he doesn't shoot fire. They're very lucky. And then the second act of the dragon's death scene starts to happen on the beach. I can't do the dragon. I can only do the Cyclops. And he finally expires. So there it is. So, and the Academy Award goes to Dragon. So they're on their way into the sunset on the ship. And, she's like, I really miss Baroni. I hope he's okay. Did you call me? And there he comes. He just pops out of nowhere. He's on the ship. Baroni, what the hell are you doing here, kid? We thought we threw you in the fire. I didn't feel a thing. So, he says early in the film he's always wanted to sail the seven seas with Sinbad. That's his dream. So, boom, he's there on the ship, and he says, "Oh, and I made a little banquet for you, for your wedding." And and they go in there, and there's all the treasure from the Cyclops treasure chest or room. It's in there in the cabin. And so he goes, "That's my wedding present to you." Well, you're going to be a fine cabin boy. I know you were a genie with almighty power before, but by God, you're going to be scrubbing decks, and you're going to be loving it. And he's happy.
and of course, the buggery.
They say the Navy makes men. Well, I'm certainly living proof that they made me. From Zorro the Gay Blade. So yeah, he's happy. He can barely get his hands up on that wheel, but he's happy. and they're happy, and that's the end. Dun 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 dun.
And they lived happily ever after.
And Sinbad lives happily ever after.
And Sinbad lives happily ever after. Well, it's a beautiful film. It's actually really it's gorgeous. It's visually gorgeous.
Visually stunning, yes. And again, the creature effects are some of the best that Harryhausen ever did. A lot of fun to watch this movie. Torin Thatcher is so over the top. It's great. So fun villain.
He's probably the best villain of all the Sinbad movies. I mean,
Oh, I don't know. Tom Baker.
Yeah, Tom Baker was
Golden Voyage.
Pretty good. Yep.
He's pretty gnarly.
Yep.
I will do that
Doctor Who
on the show later sometime. Not this season, but we don't want to do 2 Sinbad movies in one season. But soon we'll do those. Golden Voyage, Sinbad, the Eye of the Tiger.
Yep.
So yeah. As training films go, we learn how to kill a dragon with a giant crossbow.
Got to build yourself a giant crossbow, and then that's it.
We learn to poke out Cyclops' eyes and cause him to go over the cliff. Right. Good strategy. So I mean, we've learned a lot from this training film. So again, I highly recommend it.
We have.
All right. Next week on Thursday, we'll be doing Evolution, which is a newer movie. And our guest will be Stephanie Hodge, who is in the movie. And she'll tell us about her experiences. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I just love her so much. she's fantastic. She's like the best human being ever.
Yep.
We had her on last season for I, Madman, and a lot of fun. So I expect it'll be a lot of fun when we do Evolution, because that's more of a comedy it's kind of a dark comedy to begin with. So, and she's a comedian. So should be good. Should be awesome. So I hope you guys will tune in. I forgot to say it, didn't I? The dragon.
We was waiting. Cyclops. We was waiting.
The Cyclops, definitely a face that only a mother could love.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So until next week, keep an eye out for those big monsters.
This here's Master Sergeant Havoc. Thank you for watching this episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room. Now, why don't you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell next time a big old giant monster comes calling. See y'all later.